You're listening to For the Republic, a love letter to Star Wars animation.
The teaser trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu has finally been released, which means the return of Din Djarin and Grogu, as well as Star Wars on the big screen, is upon us. Now, what did the trailer do to increase my overall hype for the movie? Well, let's talk about it. So this trailer really is a teaser trailer by all definitions of the term. There is mainly just a focus on action. There's a lot of action set pieces. We get to see a lot of cool creatures, a lot of little cute Grogu moments. The things that'll get you hooked for those that have missed these characters, because it is going to be almost 3 years since we've seen them by the time this movie comes out next May. Not much in terms of story. We do get to see Sigourney Weaver's character, our first real clear look at her. We know from Celebration footage that she is a member of the New Republic. We know she's a pilot, and it looks like she is a general in this trailer. We also got to see Zeb on screen again, which was so cool. He had a really cool scene where he's just fighting stormtroopers, another awesome Star Wars hallway scene, and he's just kicking their ass with his bow staff. That was incredible to see. And we got to see a lot of really cool set pieces. Mandalorian being a badass as usual. They showed what I assume is the culmination of a lot of these snowy set pieces we've seen in Celebration and D23 when they had their little teaser footages of the AT-AT just falling off that mountain after Din has just destroyed those groups of Imperials there. That was cool to see. And again, not much in terms of story in this trailer, and that's why I think I am not necessarily moving the needle with my excitement for this movie with what we got in this trailer. Don't get me wrong, I had fun with the trailer. I think I'm gonna have fun with this movie. The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2, I really love. I love these two characters. Season 3 exists, but I'm hoping that this movie is a return to form, back to that more serialized storytelling that we saw in Season 1 and that early portion of Season 2. I think the marketing really reflects this. The poster, I thought, is awesome. It definitely has that old Western serial stylization to it, which I think looks really cool. We also know from this poster that the twin Hutts from the Book of Boba Fett are going to be returning for this movie, as well as the Anzellans, who make a couple of awesome appearances in this trailer as well. Good shot, baby, is just a wonderful ending line from that one Anzellan. And we also see a shot of Buff Rada, the same one that we've seen in Celebration, except he's going, yeah, this time. No real clear indication that that's Jeremy Allen White behind that voice just yet. I think it's going to be very jarring, but in a fun way once we finally hear him speak, whether that's in a trailer or we have to wait till the movie itself. But I have to be transparent with you guys. I thought from the brief things we've seen, the description of what this movie is going to be, the fact we're even getting this movie, and then the sizzle reel that we saw at D23 and the footage that we were able to see at Celebration, I wasn't that impressed. I wasn't that excited for this movie. Part of that is because I was very let down by The Mandalorian Season 3. Part of that is because I just didn't think it looked great visually. I did think actually seeing a full high-quality trailer of this movie made me feel better about the visuals. I think it does look better than what we saw in those sizzle reels, where I wasn't at those conventions, so I just saw fan cams of those footage, totally legally. But I do think that it could be a bit more colorful. It feels very gray and muted, which is the exact opposite of the complete blue with The Rise of Skywalker the last time we had a Star Wars movie. And I want to be very excited, because this is going to be our first Star Wars movie in 7 years by the time this movie comes out. And I am very excited, but I'm not as excited as I am for stuff like Starfighter, which has me incredibly excited the more and more news we get from that movie, and Ahsoka Season 2 and other Maul Shadowlord, other exciting projects down the line. Mando and Grogu is in a weird situation with me, where it is, out of all the announced movie projects we have in the pipeline, it is the one I am the de facto least excited for. I still think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to see it opening night, obviously, and I think I'm going to have a good time. But again, I look at Starfighter more as the true start of this new era of Star Wars storytelling on the big screen. Mando and Grogu to me feels like the leftovers of the primary Disney Plus era that we've had these last 6 years with Star Wars. And if this is going to be a culmination of the Mandalorian series, this is going to be our season 4 proper, I hope I really enjoy it. Nothing in this trailer has made me feel that this has set itself apart from an extended episode of the series. But once we get a full story trailer, I'm hoping, and I am quite confident, that I will get more excited once we know more of what is actually going to occur in this movie. We did get a synopsis from StarWars.com, and fitting with the retro vibes of those trailers.
The evil empire has fallen and Imperial warlords remain scattered throughout the galaxy. As the fledgling New Republic works to protect everything the rebellion fought for, they have enlisted the help of legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal, and his young apprentice Grogu, as himself.
So again, nothing new there. That's exactly what we knew this movie was going to be, a continuation of the end of Mando Season 3, where he's taking these jobs for the New Republic, helping out the New Republic defeat these Imperial warlords. Again, I think it's going to be a good time. Like I said, I feel like Starfighter feels like the big return to these massive Star Wars films that we're used to seeing. But I think I'm going to have a good time with Mando and Grogu regardless. I did enjoy this trailer. Not much to fully move the needle for me into super, super hype territory, but still a good time nonetheless. As was rumored, this trailer was supposed to drop last week, but Disney, of course, was cowards and caved to people trying to restrict free speech, which is odd considering that they own the franchise that is all about warning about the rise of fascism, and then they caved to rising fascism. But thankfully, they smartened up, stopped being cowards, and said, fuck you to fascism. So that is a win in my book. And now I feel a whole lot better about getting to talk about this trailer with everyone, because that was a weird week to be a Star Wars fan. That's for certain. So yeah, overall, it was fine. I had a good time with this trailer. Like I said, hopefully the next full-fledged trailer gives me more to really sink my teeth into with this movie. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at For3PubPod, on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at For3PublicPod. Also, we are dangerously close to reaching our goal for our 100-100 celebration. At the time of recording this, we are at 99 subscribers. So once we hit 100, we will be planning out a live stream of us watching the 80s made-for-TV Ewok movies live with you all for the very first time. And we are getting very close to our 100th episode of For the Republic. It is very exciting times here on this channel and on this podcast feed. You can find me on all socials at Starlight Andrew. We plan on recording a new episode later this week where we'll be talking more about this trailer and Starfighter and LEGO Rebuild the Galaxy as well. And until next time, take care. May the Force be with you. Always.